Hello to all the seekers that wants to know what is life. This is the first chapter in this series that will give you a very basic idea of what is life, how it was created, and I hope that you can take this information and actually apply it in your daily life, because that's the whole purpose. We want to improve our life, not just stay with a story. So my information comes from my physical DNA and from my etheric DNA. My physical DNA is all the information of stuff that happened on a very dense levels of life, planet Earth, for example. And my etheric DNA comes from a lot of other lives that I still have, because we don't have past, don't have future, time doesn't exist, from other planets, other densities, other frequencies, other dimensions. So I have a main few sources that I'm using at the moment, or I see at the moment, and I saw most of my life, but now it's very clear to me. Probably I will have more that will open up in the future, or as much as I will talk about it and understand that, probably more portals will open up for me. So one of them is my expression, and I will explain in a second why I call it my expression, in Andromeda Galaxy, where I'm a priest of light and dark, and gives me a lot of information and knowledge and wisdom about light and dark and why we need both of them. The other visual possibility potential that I have is on the Pleiades ancestors spaceship, that it basically exists in a few levels of density. One of them is Earth, it's not far away. The other one is the Council of Light, which I will explain later too, which also it's a source, it's a source of information for me here in this body, but it's my expression, my potential on a level of very, very, very high photons light level, meaning that it has a very high frequency and very low density. And these are the three main sources that I am getting my wisdom from, and I hope it's gonna help you improve your life as well. I'm still learning how to apply it, because it's not easy. It needs to be practiced. So what is life? Okay, life is nothing. Life is absolutely nothing. The source of life doesn't have a shape, doesn't have a color, doesn't have a movement. It's basically nothing. But this nothing have a feminine energy. And I'm saying feminine energy because what creates, female can create. The source of life created life. The source of life created life, but at the same time, it didn't create anything. And this is why I'm saying life is a point of view, because from my point of view, in this physical body, I exist, I am real, but from the source point of view, I'm just an idea. I was never really. I am just a potential, an expression, an idea that it can observe itself. The way it can observe itself, we can observe ourselves the same way. It's the same thing, because we are connected to the source of creation like everything else. Life is a movement. Life moves in cycles. The first movement that created from the source of life is a cycle, a spiral movement that created by its desire to create something, to observe itself from its infinite possibilities. And this movement that was the first that created this whole enormous infinite system came with an electricity tension. The Big Bang, a birth of a child, or a creation of a child between the egg and the sperm, is the same process. It's a spark of electricity that have its tension, its conflict, its vector powers, that without this movement could never be created. movement is the one, is the thing, is the power who push us forward to our infinite possibilities. So imagine that there is some kind of like space that has nothing in it, and this space creates a lighting that create a movement and a tension of two powers that always try to, to oppose the other, opposing one of the other. And this tension, this conflict moves all creation in the spiral of life to its infinite journey. At the same time, it doesn't really happen. This information seems to be abstract or esoteric or like whatever, what that can contribute me to improve my life. So I will tell you how it helped me. It helped me to approach a negative situation from a different point of view that helped me manage my emotions better, not to dive and become the experience, the emotion, but try as much as I can with the acknowledgement to observe the situation, with the acknowledgement that I am watching something, I'm not part of this something. And it makes life better and more like a fun adventure rather than like a tragic disaster. And don't think some moments I'm saying to all of these expressions that I'm walking on this planet with, take me back. I don't want to be here. I don't want to feel this anger. I don't want to feel this sadness. It's too much for me. I know that we can live here, heaven on earth, but I'm not able to do it. But at the same time, these reflections, which is me basically, support me in, hey, I chose to come here. And I need to learn how high densities work and how to approach them with the tool of connecting myself into the source of life. Connecting ourselves into the source of life, for me, was understanding what is the source of life. And then and since I know the source of life is nothingness, I know that in order to create a better life, I need to be in nothingness. I need to do nothing. Nothing. You can call it meditation. For me, sitting in silence, having my mantra or listening to my breathing, it's enough. It takes me back to the silence. And when it takes me back to the silence, slowly, depends on where I am, how much information I have around me. Slowly, the right things start to flow. The right things start to rise. Because eventually we are all part of the laws of nature. We are all part of this system. And we are the source of creation. So when I started to practice silence, it took me a few months to get the understanding of how important it is. But today, literally, all my answers to all the problems is like, let's go and stay still for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, however I need, in order to align again my thoughts, my feelings, and my reactions, because this place that we are at with this physical body is what you call a mental. This is a mental system. It is created based on our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And if we will not control it, we will just get a destructive result, and we will go to the side of the anti-life, as I call it. Because when life started this movement created from this desire, spiral move lighting, tension, electricity, spark, it created, it had to have two forces that oppose each other, which I call them life and anti-life. The Andromeda Galaxy wisdom helps me to embrace the anti-life. It's not easy because there are some humans that I don't want to even like. I'm struggling to like them. But I know inside of me that I need to approach the anti-life expression from the place of life, from the place of light, approaching the darkness with light, embracing the darkness with light. It doesn't mean that I need to accept everything and love everything and to let everything comes upon me and okay, I will embrace it with light. No. I will approach it with light, which is a totally different thing. Approach it with light is look at the darkness, look at what it which buttons it pushes in me, and work with that. What does it mean, work with that? Saying, hey, this person created anger in me. Okay, now, am I gonna become in anger? Am I gonna hate him? Am I gonna punch him in his face? That's an option, right? But then I'm creating a cycle, karmatic cycle, that will complicate my system more. I don't want that. I want to dissolve all the knots. I want to go and walk on the main path of life. And in order to do that, in order to live heaven on earth, I need to dissolve all my knots, all the complication that I created by approaching situation in a way that just created more complication because I was not realizing what is this place, what am I doing here, and how does it work. So if you have a situation that it's not good, that it's really bad, you need to first go into silence. And also, you need to become the observer of the situation, meaning I'm looking at this person that I literally hate. I'm detaching myself and I'm looking at myself hating this person from the side. And I'm looking at the situation and I'm like realizing, first of all, that it's ridiculous. Because why do I want to hate a person that basically came here to teach me how to work with light or how to resolve the situation instead of make it more complicated? So slowly I'm calming down. Even now I'm like feeling that I'm enjoying this hate. I don't want to let go of this hate because this person is so bad. Why should I even forgive him, right? But then I'm saying, Shiri, you want to improve your life. You want to have fun. You want to have a great relationship, a great career, great money in your bank. If you will allow situation to drain you energetically, you will drain your life too, your bank account, your relationship, because it's all energy. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do the work. And it takes time because every time I'm releasing a small particle of this expression that gives me all the anger that, you can imagine. But by taking out myself from the situation, looking at myself hating this person, I'm becoming calm in a second. Like half of the anger and the hate is gone because I'm like, this is just a situation that I'm experiencing as an expression of the source of creation that actually build on two forces that actually create beautiful thing, and without them nothing would have been created here. And wait, I'm connected to the source of creation. I can create my own reality. So at the same time that I'm watching this me and hating this person and want to really punch him in the face, at the same time I'm also saying I can create a different reality. Let's go back to silence. Go back to silence, and then the thoughts and then the anger, the emotion are starting to dissolve. and then the real things, the real movements of love are coming in again. And this process is cycles, and I'm always doing it until this person will approach me. I will look at him and I will like, oh, I don't feel nothing for you. But it's a cycle. Observing, understanding what is life, remembering what is life. We all know what is life eventually. And then going into silence, dissolving. The situation is coming. Okay, I hate him. Let's go to the side. Look at me, hate him. Breathing. And then, okay, let's go into silence. And that's it. Slowly, slowly. The cycle, the tension, the lighting become smaller and smaller until I'm dissolving the tension and there is no life anymore in this experience. And this experience is just staying as a memory, as a class that I graduated from. So I'm taking out the life force out of the situation, and I literally cause it to collapse, to die. And this is how I'm using in the knowledge that I have of what is life and how life is being created. In the following chapters, I will also focus on Andromeda Galaxy, the light and dark priesthood that I am working on there. I will speak about the Pleiades spaceship and why is it even here and how come it's real, or there is a spaceship with Pleiades that are blue basically. And I will talk about the Council of Light, which is a very, very important expression that I will explain in the following chapters. So I hope that it's going to help you deal with what's happening now in the world, allow you to approach things in a better way, understand what is happening here, why we are going through what we are going through, and of course, if you have questions, comments, remarks, just approach me. Thank you so much.